What's this? A new video? Yes it is. So what is Pass the Salt? It's the name of my weekly news and rumor series that I'll be starting here on Tech for Thought. The idea is to cover smaller and shorter topics that necessarily don't fit in a whole video to allow us to talk about them with you. Personally, I don't care too much for rumors myself and always take them with a grain of salt, but I wish to generate discussion with you. So I will take my grain and pass the salt. Get it? With that said, let's get into this week's episode of Pass the Salt. For our first topic of the day, WCCF Tech brings us news about AMD and their EPYC Rome processor. Specifically, AMD's highest end CPU has 39.54 billion transistors. That's absolutely insane. To give you a point of reference, a 9900K has around 3 billion transistors in it. And how does AMD do this? It all starts with their 9-die design. 8 are compute core designs, and 1 is an input-output die. Each one of those CCDs has a 74mm squared footprint with 3.9 billion transistors packed into its 7nm design. As for the iode, it has 8.34 billion transistors loaded into a 416mm squared die. The transistor density is lower on that last die because using a 12nm architecture, if you were wondering. On top of that, this 64-core beast also packs 162 PCIe lanes into it. It really makes you think how Intel will respond. And from what it seems, Intel will start with the bottom and work their way up to the top. In an article from WCCF Tech, there's a supposed leak for the i3-10100. I know this isn't news within the past week, but I think it's relevant. And I wanted to talk about it. In an image sourcing from C-Software, the 10100 has a spec list of 4 cores and 8 threads, sitting at 3.6 GHz. Quite a solid low end if I say so myself. The CPU is also compatible with their new LGA 1200 sockets. Neat. They're not done there though. Intel CEO Bob Swan confirmed that their first dedicated GPU has been powered for the first time. The reported name of this unit is the DG1. How creative. It really is no secret that Intel has been on a hiring spree as of late, and it seems that it is starting to pay off. But how much of a contender is this going to be? According to some leaks from Notebook Check, the DG1 has 25 watts of power and 1 to 2 teraflops of performance. I'll personally hold judgment until we have some confirmed numbers on all this though. And with an expected launch window of 2020, it'll be a while before anything is brought to the table. Speaking of things that will be seen in a while, TSMC has begun construction on their 3nm fabs according to Tech PowerUp. The Southern Taiwan Science Park has given TSMC 30 hectares. The Southern Taiwan Science Park has given TSMC 30 hectares of land to begin this project. For those who don't know, like myself before looking up while writing the script, a hectare is 100 meters by 100 meters. And after doing some math, it turns out that 30 hectares equal 0.30 square kilometers. I honestly don't know why they couldn't just say this from the start. Back to the topic on hand, construction will not begin until 2020 for these new facilities. However, it will not be until 2023 that we see these new fabs turn out 3nm products in mass. When constructing these new dies, TSMC will be using an EUV lithography technique, the same process used for their 7nm plus and 5nm dies. Well, that about wraps it up for this time. Please feel free to give us some feedback about this series in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you have to say. And while you're down there, feel free to subscribe. And go ahead into the description and check out Culture of Gaming, our affiliate website where you can find Taylor and I, as well as many other fine people writing about all things gaming. See you next time.